We're here in the Magbenteh Ebola Treatment Center, to which the holding center that we set up was extended and taken over by the government of Sierra Leone. And we have a very, very interesting guest today. It's Mr. Salomon Alpha. He's quite an interesting story, since he was he was working in Magbenteh Community Hospital, got infected by Ebola, went for treatment, survived, and then came back to work here as a nurse. And together with him, we'll have a little walkthrough through the former treatment center. It's closed by now, and he'll explain to us the certain steps. So we're in the driveway here, where the Ebola positive patients, after they got identified as such, were brought in by the special ambulances and brought down here to the triage building. Let's show the audience. Salomon, the patients arrived here, then they went into this building in the triage. What happened here?
Yeah, as you said, this is a triage set up for all Ebola patients. When somebody is being brought from the entrance there, as you are trying to see, in an ambulance, they brought you here, they get all the information about you, how you got infected, what was the circumstances behind your being infected. They will bring you here before you could be admitted. In the triage, they will ask you about your family, how you've been infected, who was with you, so that they can trace them to the treatment center or to holding center. So here is the triage. They have to think about you. They have to take your temperature, your vital signs, so that they can know what is your problem is before you could be admitted.
What your need is.
Yes.
And then they were brought to the red zone, right?
Yes, if the person is proved positive, they take them to the red zone.
All right, let's have a look at the red zone. Right, so this was the area where the patients actually were treated for Ebola, right?
Yes, from here, from the triage here, we have just come in, and the entire building you're seeing around here is a red zone. In the red zone, we have it's subdivided. We have the wet area and the dry area, and then you have the convalescent area. So this is how the treatment center. But the entire area here is a red zone, very dangerous for everybody.
What was your task here? What was you was doing?
Well, yeah, as I introduced myself before, I am a nurse. I'm a survivor. So my task here in the treatment center was very great. I used to come in to see about the patients, to pass IV line, to feed them, to give them bath, and then to see how much they are making when they are treated. So that is one of my main area of my tasks. And then besides, I have to see that if that patient is going to survive or is not going to survive. Because having gone through this Ebola, I will know exactly who is going to do well or not going to do well.
Okay. After you work here, you walk through the dress down area, which is the most dangerous part of your work, right? When you get out of the protection clothes. Can we go through this area together?
Yes. Here, when you come from the red zone, as we pass through here, you're going to stand here first. Somebody will be here with a spray can. He or she will spray you from the hand, the food, the hair. Then you spray you down. You move from this end to the other end there. There you start to doff. And the doffing area, from the doffing area, you move down to the green zone. In the green zone, you'll be given some water to drink, and then you feel comfortable and rest for some time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. This is another second area of dressing down. When you are sprayed down there, you have a bowl, a big drum here. You wash your hand, then somebody will be sitting there directing you what to do and what not to do. And then when you are directed to wash your hand, take your boots in the bowl, wash your hand, you spray you again, you put your hand in another bowl, you wash your hand, you remove your glove, you go to the other one, you put your hand there, you wash your hand, you remove another glove, and then before you can even remove the PPE you're wearing, and then you will stay with the scrub that you have before wearing the PPE.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the PPEs went to the incinerator, right?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that.
Yeah. Here, this area is the toilet being prepared for the staff. This is the staff toilet, male. In the ETU, before you go into the red zone, before you are dressed up, you have to make sure that you have to pass urine, because the reason being you have to pass the urine is that you will not feel like passing urine in the PPE. So therefore, you make sure that you pass urine before ever you go into the red zone. Sometimes you may not feel like passing urine, but then you feel thirsty to drink. So you have to be given water to drink before you go into the PPE, and after you have come out of the red zone and the PPE out.
So we're in the green zone, in the so-called green zone right now.
Yeah.
And you did not have to wear the full PPE here, right?
Yeah. Here is the green zone. It's not 100% safe. The reason they call it green zone is much more safer than where we were in the red zone there. And the green zone is moderately safe. You may have your scrub in, not in PPE. You may pass around. As I said, here is the toilet for the male, and then the other toilet there is for the female. So you have your scrub in, walking around, chanting with other people, discussing about patients, and yeah, it's much more safer, but it's not 100% safe.
Okay, let's have a look at the incinerator really quick.
Yep. This is the incinerator room, wherein all other materials not needed is being burned down, like the PPE. When you pull the PPE off, you have the potters, or whatever you call it, the cleaners. They pick all those rubbish, put it in here, and then burn them down. The reason why they burn them down is that the fear that the Ebola virus may hang them there, so the only safer way is to burn them down. So they bring them here, they burn down, put them, and they'll get some kerosene on it, and then they burn them down.
Salomon, how many patients have been treated in Magbenteh Community Hospital Ebola Treatment Center?
It's hard time to know the exact figure. The most focus here is those who have been treated and they survived. The number is more attentive than those who have even died. Although those who have died, the attention is there, but it's not that much greater to that of those who have survived. So in the interim, we have a lot of patients coming in. I cannot remember, I cannot tell exactly what many numbers we have got already.
All right. So now that you have survived Ebola, you have been working in the Ebola context.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Ebola is almost over, you're still facing problems in society, in everyday life. What are those problems?
Yes, we have a lot of problems we do face, especially me. When I went home, when I was discharged from Ebola Treatment Center, I came back to Makeni. We used to be with some other ladies in the compound. So what she did, she said she doesn't want to see me in the compound. So they should give me a notice I should go out of the compound to find another area to sleep. So I had a very big confrontation about that. And my friends who usually we used to chant together, we used to sit together, eat together, they abandoned me. If at all somebody is passing by, hey, come and have a food with me, they say, no, we are not interested, go ahead. Some will just point their fingers at me. That is Solomon. He's been infected with Ebola. You cannot make anything bad out of it, because when you want to do anything, they will deny it. They will not say, I didn't say so. So we have that kind of stigmatization too much in the community. For now, as I'm saying, I'm gone out of lodging. I cannot tell you how strenuous I'm undergoing, but I'm really, really frustrated over that.
Who are the people who suffer most from Ebola?
The people really, I think they are suffering more from Ebola. The children and the ladies, the women. Women are the greater majority in the suffering of Ebola. The reason being, when a woman survives, nobody will get into any relationship with that lady. When a woman survives, it's very difficult to have another partner again. So they are getting very, very serious problem with that. And then the children are scattering. They are all over the street, roaming about with no care, no proper care, And by so doing, they are doing something woeful one cannot even imagine. Yeah, women are suffering as well as children,
All right. Thank you very, very much, Salomon.
Yeah.
That was a great talk.
Thank you very much.